So now that we looked into the blueprint theory, that we look how to create a space for success. Usually in this workshop, we would be putting the theory in practice and looking at scenarios together and discussing real life scenarios that you are experiencing in your context. Obviously, here in this recording, we will not be able to do that. However, I really invite you to follow the link in the description box to have access to this whole slideshow, to the whole facilitation guide, and you can find these exercises, these scenarios, and do it on yourself, by yourself, or even with your staff group. So you can sit down together and have this exercise. So please feel free to get all the resources that are available from this presentation and to look at these scenarios. So you might encounter some barriers for implementing the blueprint model. And so we listed a few barriers and enablers and solutions to these. So first, you might have resistance to change, right? If we are staying in the static role right now, it's because it's comfortable, right? Let's be true. It's comfortable. Change makes people uncomfortable. This change may be coming from school community members. It may be coming from other staff. It may be coming from your supervisor. It may be coming from parents that do not want us to talk about harm reduction. They do not want their youth to be using substance. It may be due to a variety of reasons. It may be because it's comfortable. It may be really clever reason, really, good argument about why they don't want to change. Designating a champion can get these initiatives off the ground and generate buy-in from other members of the school community of your organization. A champion here is someone that, it might be someone that is really interested in that knowledge. It might be someone that is not necessarily interested or do not necessarily have a background in addiction and substance use, but has a really good relationship with all of their members. These natural leaders that people will listen to. Use them to your advantage. Involve them in trying to implement these initiatives. It can be someone, sometimes it's not someone that that you think of at first. In many schools, we saw that janitor can have a really special role. They know special thing about the school. They know where the hidden doors, the hidden, passage. So use them, use their knowledge, use that when a youth is being disruptive, maybe they can go have a walk with the janitor and just talk and discover things. And that will create more sense of belonging. It might take the time to calm down. And these key people that we don't necessarily think of on the first, they don't necessarily come to mind first, they might play an important role. Another barrier or enablers is the lack of effective partnership. You might not have the resource in your school or in your organization. You might not have all the funding. You might be lacking some human resources as well. It might also be that you have partnership, but they are not effective. So you have different perspectives. There are unrealistic expectation. You're both hoping to get something and you're not getting it, and it's frustrating. By managing expectation, taking the time to develop partnership relationship, and focusing on the unique expertise, experiences, and resource of each party may help. Finally, capacity and information resource limitation. So again, a limited resource for staff member, limited funding, competing priorities with COVID. I know things changed so much. It was hard to make long-term plans. There are so many other priorities, but schools can start by using existing resource and support, really leverage these partnerships, and make baby steps. You don't have to change the whole thing you don't have to implement the 16 strategies that are in this chart of the blueprint. You can start with only one, and then when that one works, you add another one and slowly build a strong plan. In a nutshell, many traditional approaches to addressing youth substance use, such as zero tolerance policies, abstinence-only education, have limited effectiveness and can produce unintended negative consequences. School communities should use the best available evidence to inform their efforts to prevent substance-related harms and evaluate these initiatives on an ongoing basis. Thank you so much for coming in today, for joining us through this Blueprint for Action presentation. I hope you learned at least a little bit, and that this gave you some insights on how to implement new strategies to prevent substance-related harms among youth. Do not hesitate to reach out to the Students' Commission if you want to discuss further this model. It will be a pleasure for us to really engage in conversation, see how we can partner even. There are so many other resources and tools about the Blueprint for Action available, so you can visit our website. You will find a link in the description box below, and you will find one-pager summaries, infographics that you can share, and even some videos about this model, so that you can really understand, share, and implement the strategy for a better world for our youth. Thank you, and have an amazing day.